Reborners, my name is Karen, and this is Making Dolls with Karen. We're back with little Dominic. He's had 2 coats of 05. He looks a little pale, but I don't want to make him too dark. I can still see every bit of his capillaries. They look so good. I am so glad that my viewer gave me that tip. I don't like to call people out by name, but I thank her very much for that tip. I knew I was going to use a pencil, I just didn't know what color, and she gave me the colors that she uses, and they turned out to be fantastic colors. And I really, really do appreciate it. So we're going to move on to the warm blush here, and we're going to go on and give him a coat of that. Usually, you don't need more than 1 coat of warm blush. It's very rare to ever need more than 1. It's the 05 that I usually want to put multiple coats on, and that's because that's the one that is actually their skin color. Now, what is that on his finger, and how did it get on there? Oh crap, what is on his finger? It seems like every time I come back to my dolls, there's something that looks like pencil, but how in the world would it get on his finger like that? Looks like brown pencil to me. No idea what it is. None whatsoever. I'm going to try to rub it with a little bit of paint thinner and see if it'll come off. I don't want to take any of his paint off. Just need a dab. Oh, it's not going to budge. Oh, Dominic, you're turning into a... And it's the sleeping Dominic, the one you can hardly ever get. He's turning fast into a bargain baby. It is dimming a little bit, but how long do you have to scrub it for that to happen? I think some of the red's coming off too, because there's a tiny bit of red on my rag. That is making me angry. I'm just angry now. I don't know what that is. I don't know how it got on there. No clue. I must have touched him up against something or something, because that is not something that just happens on its own. He's got a cute face though. If I thought I could match his paint already, I'd give him another limb, but I just don't think I can. So, Dominic, if you don't sell, you're going to have to be a bargain baby. You have to disclose that you have a little bit of something on your finger. And it's the wrong color to say it's modeling, I think. He is so cute. He is just adorable. And his awake version's really cute too. But that sleeping version of a doll to me is just special looking, because usually they're relaxed, and it shows what they really look like to me. But the awake version, you know, they could be smiling, they could be frowning, could be crying. I don't know. But I don't dislike the awake versions. Some of the dolls, I actually like the awake versions better than the sleeping versions, but a lot of times I like the sleeping version better. It just depends on the kit. But I like him very much. He's a very cute baby. Anyway, that's pretty good. He's going to be sort of fair complected, I guess. We might actually need 2 coats of this, because I only put 2 coats of the 05 on him. So somehow I'm thinking that it's a possibility that he's going to need 2 coats of this. He's got something between his toes too. What in the heck? This is starting to get me very annoyed. What in the heck could that be? Oh, it's coming up though. Maybe I need to scratch his finger with a toothpick. I don't know. And his creases were getting better too, so now he's got to have something on his fingers. Okay, whatever. Seems like it's always something, doesn't it? If you can get one part good, then the other part's not good. Oh well, we'll get there. I didn't give him a second seal because I didn't want to seal those creases because they were ugly to me. And so I thought the more times you put paint and paint thinner on them, the lesser and lesser they get usually. That's usually true. But these seem to be staying. I don't understand why they're staying. They're not as dark as they were. They are getting better, but they are staying. And now I can't seem to put a crease on a doll that will stay, except when I don't like the creases. Does that seem kind of odd to anybody but me? I'll come back to these limbs and try to dab them a little bit more. Yeah, I just don't know what that is on his arm. It's got to be pencil. It's got to be. I bet he touched up against a pencil. That's because I have him laying on the table. I didn't notice it if he did, and then I baked it on. Yeah, that's probably what happened. My fault. I should be more careful with my dolls. At least I think I should. Maybe some paint thinner and paint will decrease the look of it a little bit. I don't know. Sometimes things enhance when you put paint on them, and sometimes they decrease. So we're hoping for decrease. And I think his modeling's a little dark. I don't know. I gave him 2 colors instead of 1, which is okay. You can't even see the red. So it can't be the red that made his, well, I guess it could underneath. You could see where the red and the brown are on top of each other might be darker, but I don't know. It just doesn't seem like it's darker enough to hurt anything. So, I don't know. Well, if I can get my fingers out of his arm. But hopefully we can get him done without any more problems. I hope so. I just haven't had a lot of time here lately to be working on dolls like I usually work on them. I usually work on every day until a doll is finished, and it usually never takes me past a day and a half to finish a doll. So at least, even when I'm going slow, I can get 2 dolls done in 3 days, usually. But I've been working on Dominic here for about 3 days, and he's still not finished. He's got something on this finger, too. Now, go figure that. I don't know what it is, but it did come off. Most of it, anyway, came off. Got to be more careful with my dolls. It's not that I purposely lay them up against things. I don't live here alone, and sometimes, you know, not blaming anyone else, but sometimes. Okay, now we're going to just go over them again with this cleaner one and see if we can take off anything else that needs to come off. Usually by this time they're drying up enough that hardly anything will come off. Especially when you get the first piece you did, the head. I usually do the head first. You just go down the line here pat these other pieces a little bit and make sure we don't have any rashy things or puddles or anything like that. I like the way his hands look. They're just a little pale, that's all. I like the red that I put on his fingers, the way that it's on there, but it's a little bit pale. So next time I'm going to go a little bit darker, I think, with that. I'm trying to achieve this hand coloring that I saw on somebody's doll. They took pictures of their doll's hand, and it was so beautiful. And I thought, oh, I should be able to do that. Why can't I do that? And so I set out to try, and it's a little bit harder than it looks to do that, because they had, I don't know how many different layers they had to do to get it. They had, the fingers were a little bit pinker, but not the entire finger, only in certain sections of the finger. But then the hands were still darker than the rest of the body. I don't know how they did that, because once you put one of them colors on, the other one drowns it out. So anyway, that's him painted. I'm gonna put some, I'm gonna check his nails, and I'm gonna put some color on his lips. The only color I've put on there was purple, and then I went back and put some blush from these dry brushes. But now I'm gonna put some wet paint on his lips. He's very pretty. His face looks real good to me. So here we go, Dominic. You're gonna get some lips. I think some of the problem I've been having with lips on some of my previous 2 or 3 dolls is I've been trying to get them dark in one coat. And so we're gonna go light with Dominic on these lips. And we're gonna try to get them just covered. When I was doing it that way, they came out a lot better, I think. Oops, that's too much. Oops, and that's out of the lip line. I always have more success holding them upside down to do their lips. It's because you can see the entire lip that way. Much better, I think. Especially in the corners and stuff where you tend to miss. If you don't pull it on out all the way to the end there, you're going to miss at least a little strip of that corner of the lip. And it's going to look funny when you're finished painting them. And you're going to try to go back and fix it, and it's not going to work. It just never does for me. I'm never able to fix that. So I have to be careful to get the whole lip at the same time. Once again, I have to take my glasses off. It's getting where I don't see well through my glasses, so I end up taking them off instead of wearing them, and I see better. Well, that's pretty bad when you can see better without your glasses. That means it's time to get new glasses. Seriously, time. Dominic is super cute. There we go, that's lips painted. That looks real good to me. I'm gonna spread a little around inside of his nose, because to me the nose should be, I think it should be more red than any other color. Even though you have to be careful not to make them look like they have a bloody nose. The red inside the nose looks the most natural because, well, we just got red under our skin all the time. And I just think it looks the best. I think his color is phenomenal. He just looks super good to me. Swish my brush so I can use it again later. I think the nails look good. I'm not gonna redo them. So we're gonna get him in for a bake, and hopefully I'm gonna come back today and not tomorrow, and give him his final coat. We may have to do another coat of this warm blush. I'm not sure. I don't want to, but I might have to. But anyway, we'll be back, and please remember to like, subscribe, and share, and happy reborning.